Hi you guys, and welcome back to Booksnobwannabe. So, being that it's January, and I don't see a lot of booktubers discussing this, but I see a ton of blogs that does, and it is reading challenges. Reading challenges are challenges that you participate in throughout the year to broaden your horizon in different books. Books that you don't normally read. A reading challenge is usually set up over an extended period of time, which encourages participants to read a certain number of books or a type of book, and it can be a set period of time or it can be perpetual, which means there's no time limit. There's an excellent site called the Novel Challenge. The link will be in the description box below. It's a place to find reading challenges and events to participate in. It's also a place to let others know what reading challenges and events you're hosting. I am known to get a little carried away when it comes to reading challenges. That could be an understatement. I follow a novel challenge on my Bloglovin account, which I also put in a link in the description box. And every time they post a new one, I'm like, ooh, I want to follow it. I want to do that one. And then the list will get to like 15, 20. And I'm like, that's unrealistic. You ain't about to do no 15 challenges. So, to be realistic this year, I said, okay, I will narrow that down to 10 reading challenges. Here are my 10 reading challenges for the year of 2014. Here's my list in no particular order, and every challenge that I discussed, a link will be in the description box. The first one I will discuss will be New Year's Resolution Reading Challenge. This is hosted by the Joy Book blog. This challenge is to focus on accomplishing one of your resolutions. One resolution I have in particular is to improve my blog and now this channel. Therefore, you find books that helps you achieve this goal. There are several levels of books that you can read. I am going to do the level that is called Passionate, and that is 4. God damn, 4 books. Next is the Women Challenge. This challenge is really self-explanatory. It is a challenge that focuses on women writers in general. I chose level 3, which is Girls Power, and that is where you read between 6 to 15 books. I aim to read 12 books, and I also aim to discuss a book a month written from a woman, of course. And I am going to narrow that down because I want to read a woman author from a feminist perspective. Next is the ebook reading challenge. This challenge is hosted by Workaday Reads, and this challenge is again self-explanatory. Read the books on your e-reader. Like, I bought this Kindle Fire, and I buy all these books, or I get all these free books, and I don't do nothing with it. So, I'm going to do a level 2, which is what they call a CD, and you read 10 ebooks. Next, we have the Banned Book Reading Challenge. This is hosted by Buckling Bookshelves. A banned book in particular is a book which free access is no longer permitted, which of course free books come from the library. This practice of banning books is a form of book censorship and has political, religious, or moral motivation. I chose level Rebel, which will be between 6 to 9 challenge books. Next is Reading Outside Your Box. Reading Outside Your Box is hosted by Musing of a Book Lover. The blog is to stretch out your reading boundaries. They have 14 categories, of which you can make up your own in order to get outside your reading box. I will be participating in the level It's Not So Bad Out Here, which is between 5 to 7 categories. I chose the following categories: a classic novel, to read the first book in a series. It's about time, which is pretty much to pick a book that's been sitting on your bookshelf for over 2 years, which could be any one of these books up here. A chunkster, which is a book that's over 500 pages. And lastly, the category that I decided to make up were to read 5 biographies. Next challenge is Eclectic Reader Challenge, and it's hosted by Booked Out. This is another challenge that helps you read outside your normal comfort zone. There are 12 categories, and they are an anthology, award-winning, a non-fiction true crime, a romantic comedy, an alternate history fiction, a graphic novel, a cozy mystery fiction, a gothic fiction, a war military fiction, a medical thriller fiction, a non-fiction traveler, and a book that has been published in 2014. Next, we have Jumble, your genres reading challenge. This challenge is hosted by 3 blogs. That's Readers Live a Thousand Lives, Corey, the Book Crazed Girl, and Loving Los Libros. This challenge basically has a theme every month. This month is young adult, February will be contemporary, March will be urban fantasy, April will be middle grade, May will be dystopian, June is high fantasy, July is adult, August is paranormal, September is romance, October is sci-fi, November is historical fiction, and December will be new adult. Next, we have People of Color Speculative Fiction Reading Challenge. This blog is hosted by one of my favorite book bloggers, Dusty Literati. Speculative fiction is defined as science fiction, fantasy, and horror, and her challenge will look at this genre in the context of persons of color. A perfect example of this is Octavia Butler. I am going to do the level Shapeshifter, which is between 1 to 5 books. Next, we have Read Your Freebies Reading Challenge. This challenge is hosted by another great book blogger, The Book Vixen. It's self-explanatory. All the books that you have received free and legally, you can choose to read for this challenge. I am going to do 12 books. On another note, they have a little circuit of where you can get books for free on the internet. I'm not saying I want to know what site that is. Last, we have a mental illness reading challenge. This challenge is hosted by Opinions of a Wolf. This challenge is to raise awareness, knowledge, and acceptance of mental illness. Reading both fiction and nonfiction of this challenge is an excellent way to broaden your horizons and expose yourself to new ways of thinking, as well as removing a stigma when it comes to someone who is living with this on a daily basis. I will be doing the level Aware, which is 8 books. And there we have it, all 10 of the 2014 reading challenges I chose to participate in. Throughout the year, I will designate a time to spotlight each one. I will discuss that blog that's hosting the challenge, as well as go into detail of their challenge and the books that I chose to read. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next week. Hi you guys. Me, I can get a little carried away. However, there's a wonderful blog called what is it called? Oh, shit. Hi guys. What do I want to say? God damn it. We'll also put in the link. Where am I? nose so shiny.